Welcome to the WSU Vancouver video podcast series. Today's entry, Getting Started with Research. Research, or academic searching, is a central part of being a student, and we've all developed research skills. But academic searching can be different from the standard web searching we do every day. This video will describe some techniques for doing quality academic research while avoiding the aggravation and wasted time that can be side effects of sloppy, random, or last-minute searching. The central difference between scholarly searching and a standard web search is that a normal web search can work really well using random thoughts or free association of ideas, while academic searching benefits from a more structured series of choices and evaluations. To get the best results with academic searching, try planning out what you're going to do first, instead of just sitting down at a keyboard and winging it. Winging it can work great sometimes, but breaking the research process down into individual steps will pay off in the long run, and you can always take a break and try something random at any time. Okay, so let's take a look at a simple outline of the academic search process. First step is initiation, which is just a fancy way of saying figuring out what the heck you're doing. This is where you start with your assignment, your textbook, your course notes, and what you've been thinking about where your project can go. The next step is exploration. Here, you take a look at what information is available on your topic, and you read up on the background and context of that general area. You gather in some understanding of what's going on in a big picture, which will allow you to move on to the formulation stage, where you take that broad general information you just learned and you focus in on one particular research question. This is where you start to ask the specific questions and really focused digging that's going to give you the kind of quality sources that you need. And the final step is collection. And this is where you collect the actual documents that you'll use in your paper. A big mistake that a lot of novice researchers make is they try to jump just to the last stage and gather in the final documents without asking the preliminary questions or getting the context information. And sometimes that means that they'll get lost in the variety of sources that we have and not be able to focus in precisely on what they need. The WSU Vancouver Library has created a Getting Started with Research page to help you begin your searching strategically. You can find it on the top of the library homepage, and so we'll go ahead and click on that now. The page starts by listing some reference resources for background, vocabulary, and context, and also some resources on specific topics. The reference resources are really great for doing the kind of background research that can flesh out a topic. And these topics resources, the resources on specific topics, are really excellent for helping you choose a topic. They can break down some issues that people are writing about into ideas that can help focus in on particular research questions. The Oxford Reference Collection and the Gale Virtual Reference Library are both really great reference sources that allow you to get this background information remotely. They mimic what we have in our reference collection physically in the library to somewhat, but you can access them remotely from wherever you have an internet access. Further down the page, you'll find some resources for finding articles in our library databases. And here you'll have a link to our article databases by subject that breaks down our 120 plus scholarly databases by their academic discipline, making it easier to find the ones that you need, or the alphabetical list of databases, which is really useful if you know the database that you're looking for and want to go straight there. It lists 3 starting point databases, and these are each great places to start your research if you don't know exactly what you're looking for. Academic Search Complete is our biggest database, meaning it has the most stuff in it. And it's also our broadest database, which means it has stuff about the most different subjects in it. It's really big, and it's a great place to find something to start with. JSTOR is a really great resource for students because it's a highly selective grouping of scholarly journals. If you know that you need a scholarly article on a traditional academic subject, it's a pretty safe bet that you'll find something in JSTOR that will work. It's smaller, so it's a little easier to search, but the items in it have been really well vetted. And Web of Science is a great place to go to find scientific article citations. You'll also find social science and arts and humanities in there. And these three databases together really are great places to start your research once you've done your background and context gathering. Finally, the Getting Started with Research page gives you some resources for finding books. If you're looking for books in the local Vancouver library, the Griffin catalog is the place to go. Griffin will also allow you to search our WSU wide holdings. There are several libraries in Pullman which you can order books and have them sent over. We can also search WSU's version of WorldCat, which is a new portal we have for searching the WSU library's catalogs. We think you'll be seeing more from that in the future. Another place that you'll definitely want to search is Summit. Summit is a place where 36 college and university libraries in Washington and Oregon have got together and said, we want to make it easier to share books with each other. So if you're not finding what you need in the Vancouver collection or even in the larger WSU's collection, you can use Summit to borrow books from other academic libraries in Oregon and Washington to find exactly what you need. For further help with finding books or using the databases or the reference sources, of course, you can ask any reference librarian, and we're happy to show you how that works. So, in conclusion, if you want to sharpen the focus of your researching and improve your academic research, try these steps. First, have a plan. Break your research process down into separate steps. Second, use the Getting Started with Research page to help you find reference and background sources. Third, plug that background information into a general database to see what's out there. And fourth, take all of that and search our scholarly databases and book collections with focus and confidence. This has been a WSU Vancouver video podcast. Next, check our Getting Started with Research Volume 2, where we'll take a look at this searching technique and put it into practice with some practical examples.